Hello everyone and welcome to Questline. Before we get into this, let me explain what Chris's what ifs actually are. These are videos where I take a hypothetical situation or scenario, something that does not exist yet, or something people rarely stop to question. I look at where the idea originates from, what caused the question to appear in the first place. Then I ask three things. How does this apply to me? How does this apply to society? Is this something that is possible or something that is not? The point is not to preach. The point is to think, to slow things down, to examine assumptions, to ask whether a different approach could lead to a better outcome. And with that said, back to the video. Section 1. The moment that started this. Alright, let me paint a picture. I'm cycling to work. It is early, pitch black early. The kind of dark where there are no streetlights, no glow of houses, no ambient light at all. Just countryside darkness swallowing everything around you. I'm fully visible. High visibility jacket, helmet, front light, rear light. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I've made myself as obvious as humanly possible, like a moving Christmas tree. And then, suddenly, he or she just appears out of nowhere. No warning, no outline, no movement beforehand. Dark clothes, no reflective gear, no torch, nothing. It's just like something straight out of a horror film, like Batman, that just materialized in front of you. They're about 3 meters in front of me and closing fast. I have a fraction of a second to react. I swerve hard. Instincts take over. My heart slams into my chest. I nearly come off my bike and crashing into a bush. And in that split second, one thought hits me like a punch. If I had hit this person, my life would change forever, even though I did everything right. And that moment not only scared the shit out of me, that moment stayed with me. Section 2. The core question. That experience led to a simple question. What if the law required pedestrians to wear high visibility clothing or carrying a visible light source? Not just cyclists, not just drivers, everyone. Because visibility is not a personal choice when other people's lives are involved. Section 3. The reality we avoid. Here is the reality. Most people do not want to sit with. Every year in the United Kingdom, hundreds of pedestrians are killed and thousands are injured on the roads. In 2024 alone, more than 400 pedestrians lost their lives. That is not a statistic, that is someone's parent, someone's child, someone's partner, someone's friend, snuffed out or permanently altered. A large portion of those deaths happen in low visibility conditions. Human vision degrades, reaction times slow, contrast disappears. Low visibility is not inconvenient, low visibility is dangerous, and no amount of goodwill overrides biology. Section 4. Recommendations versus responsibility. The Highway Code says pedestrians should make themselves visible. Reflective clothing is recommended. Carrying a light is recommended. But recommendation is not responsibility. If something is optional, many people would simply ignore it. Seatbelts became normal because they were made law. And bike helmets became normal because they were made law. Pedestrian visibility, however, is still treated like a fashion choice. Section 5. The shared danger and the cyclist's dilemma. Here is the part that is uncomfortable but necessary. If a car hits a pedestrian, it is a tragedy. If a cyclist hits a pedestrian, it is still a tragedy. Both carry injury, both carry trauma, both carry guilt and shame. Cyclists are uniquely exposed. When a pedestrian appears unseen, the cyclist has milliseconds to choose. swerve towards the pedestrian, or swerve onto the road or into a bush or a ditch. And the road is not safe. Even in poor visibility, cars and lorries and vans still speed. Drivers still get distracted. Drivers still take risks. Even with lights and high visibility clothing, a cyclist on the road is far more vulnerable than in a cycling lane. Cyclists are trapped between two dangers: an invisible pedestrian or a reckless vehicle. And that is not a fair choice. Section 6. The rule reframed. So imagine this instead. Danger does not only come from darkness. Low visibility comes from rain, mist, fog, snow, glare, and poor lighting. The rule becomes simple. If you are out in public, pedestrians are required by law to wear high visibility clothing or carrying a visible light source before leaving the house as a basic expectation. Not to punish people, not to shame pedestrians, but to normalize shared responsibility. Safety only works when everyone participates, no matter the background, no matter the class, rich or poor. Risk does not discriminate. Responsibility should not either. Section 7. Why this makes people uncomfortable. Let us be honest about why this idea makes people uncomfortable. People do not avoid high visibility clothing because they hate safety. They avoid it because it feels uncool. It feels awkward. It feels ugly. It clashes with identity and personal tastes. In people's minds, going out means looking your best, not looking like you're about to step onto a building site or start doing roadworks. This is not a safety issue. This is a cultural issue. And that framing is the real problem. Section 8. The opportunity nobody talks about. This is where it gets interesting. If visibility became law, fashion would adapt. Not ugly yellow and orange vests, and not builder-grade gear either, but reflective streetwear. Jackets with woven reflective thread. Trainers with subtle reflective trim. Bags, hats, armbands that react to light. Suddenly, safety is not embarrassing. Suddenly, safety is normal. When rules change, culture follows. When culture follows, design catches up. Section 9. This is not just the United Kingdom. This is not just a problem that's found here in the UK. This applies everywhere all around the world. No matter the weather, no matter the lighting, no matter the infrastructure or the cycling culture, humans do not see well in low visibility conditions. Technology can help, infrastructure can help, but visibility still matters. Section 10. The fair objection. The question beckons, would this law be hard to enforce? Yes. Would people complain about it? Yes, absolutely. Especially in the UK, we're British. We complain when it's hot. We complain when it's cold. We complain when it rains. We complain when it's too dry. We're like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, for heaven's sake. So yes, there will be resistance, guaranteed. Would this solve everything? No. But it would reduce harm. It would reduce preventable injuries. And it would reduce unnecessary loss of life caused by poor visibility and lack of personal responsibility. Seatbelt laws did not eliminate death, but they did reduce it. And that is the point I'm trying to make. Section 11. Conclusion. So let me imagine this for a moment. It is late autumn, maybe winter. It is dark, it is cold, it is wet. No streetlights, just a quiet country road. I'm on my way to work. I've got my Hi-Vis jacket on, got my front lights, my rear lights, my bike battery is charged, got my helmet on, sorted. I'm on my way. And as I ride, somewhere ahead in the distance, I see it. A reflective strip of light. A visible silhouette. A small, moving light coming towards me. I see them, so I slow down in advance. I ring my bell. The figure moves aside, and I pass by. I lift up my hand and say, "Warning," and they say, "Warning back." No jump scares, no last second swerve, no crashing into the roads or a bush or a ditch, and thank God no crashing into pedestrians. I just carry on with my day. Nobody gets hurt, nobody gets injured, nobody gets sued. Nobody goes home shaken or traumatized. Now scale that up to society. Visibility gives people time. Time to think, time to slow down, and time to adjust. This is the same principle as driving a car, the same principle as flying a plane. You need to see far ahead. You need to identify risk early enough to plan, to adjust your heading, to change your trajectory, to avoid collision, injury, or death. Cars do this, planes do this, hell, even rockets do when they're going into space. Humans on pathways and roads should be no different. Invisibility is not neutral, it is risk. Visibility is not about control, it is about responsibility. Responsibility for yourself and responsibility for others. How good would it be to give that to each other? Life is precious. Where's the harm in protecting it? Well, that wraps up for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what I do, leave a like and subscribe. If you have opinions on this topic or suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comment below. And until the next time, stay strong, stay curious, and keep forging your questline. Wishing you well and good health. Take care. And cut, that's a wrap. Woo!